My name is Olten Downs, head football coach at New Manchester High School. So we're going to my second year right in the program at New Manchester. And the second year of just building our culture and foundation, getting our program going in the right direction. We took tremendous strides last year, teach our kids how to work hard, getting our booster club off the ground and running. And we return our big nucleus of our team. This year coming up, we only have 13 seniors. So last year we played a lot of young kids, some kids that probably should have been playing, but have some great, reps on Friday nights. So we return a strong cream of players. So we look forward to continuing to build, taking our program to the next level.
Coach, stranger to building programs and championship level programs. Last year, 4-6, barely missing playoffs. What do you feel like are the biggest takeaways from last season that you're saying, let's bring that into this year and build off of it?
Well, I would say, the year before they were 0-10. We grew to 4-6, 400% approval in that regards. And, we had about 2 games that we were in the game in the fourth quarter, had a shot to win. And so for our young men, starting kind of with not really working their tails off, kind of not knowing what to expect, having a lot of success, just buying into it. And so we worked the whole off season, really in the weight room and kind of focusing in on some things. So I'm really excited to see us take the next step. There's always those little small steps to get to the next level for our program there. And so, it's the subtle things that take the difference from a 4-16 to a 7-3, 8-2 team.
Yeah, right.
Where you feel like y'all at in that process of building towards being a consistent playoff type caliber team and program? Where you feel like
depends on the day of the week. We got some consistent days, and we have some days like we're starting all over. But we've shown the flashes. We return a lot of starters all over the field, and so really the big thing we're just talking about is our mindset, our effort, and our attitude of bringing it every day. I think that's kind of the biggest thing for our guys. I think the expectation is the thing that's the biggest in our group, where before, I don't think we really, at times they just expected to go out and go win or have a lot of success, whereas now it's a little bit expectation like, hey, this is what we're going to go do. And so I know there's still some steps in that, but that change of the attitude and the guys wanting to work and step and be vocal, I can see that difference tremendously.
What does DJ bring to the program, and have you changed the offense some to tailor to his abilities, or you're making him fit into what you?
Well, DJ's a leader, that he walked in the door, and before I really knew anything about him, the kids knew everything about him.
Right.
And so, he brings a positive light because, he's kind of been a leader here in Douglasville. And so all the kids look at him in a particular way. And so it's really been refreshing to have the extension of the coaching staff through him, and the kids definitely look up to him and will work with him and want to work anything that he's asking for as well.
Absolutely. Coach, remember the work you did at Creekside, remember the work you did at Riverdale, particularly in other places. What do you, because of those experiences, and I know every place is different, but what are some things that you look for and if when you see it in your head, you're like, okay, they're starting to get us out. We're starting to become what I think, like what kinds of specific things you look for?
Like I say, everywhere is different, but I think it's when they start talking like you, when you start stressing things and they start mimicking it and saying it around, and it's like, okay, I think they got it now, different things. I think those are the small things that, because we're talking about, the player-driven team can be as great as it wants to be, but there's going to be no coaches that get on that field on Friday nights, so we can put them in position, but they still got to go make the play. And we could draw it up as well as we want to draw it up. They still got to go out and execute it. And so we got to have that extension of the coach staff and leaders. And so getting them to verbalize and saying the things that we're asking them to do and say, and it start to mean something to them, I think that's the thing. And I can see that to a certain extent. Like I said, we got a ways to go, but I know we're in a much better place today than we were this time last year. So I'm excited,
You talk about the addition of DJ, but who are some other guys that you feel like as the season progresses, people are going to look at them and they're going to raise some eyebrows at the way that they play?
All right, right now, I would say our linebacker troop. We basically played with all sophomores last year. Wow. And so those kids, truth be told, probably should have been playing junior varsity football, but got a lot of reps. And so they don't, return as juniors and are much stronger kids. So, our three of those stars there, Morris Swims, outside linebacker, John Moses, inside linebacker, Trishan Graham, inside linebacker. And I think that core right there is the strength of our team. And in the secondary, all those kids return as women. And so, you're just talking about a group that's played a lot of football, that maybe not, maybe shouldn't have been playing, but sometimes that turns out to be good to give you a lot of reps and different things of what not to do. And we ended on a pretty bright note last year, won the last 2 or 3 there. So, getting things going in the right direction as well.
Yeah. When you start talking about goals with this team, what does that conversation sound like? Is it, playoffs or bust? Is it a certain win expectation that I have right now? Or just what does that conversation sound like right now?
Well, right now, of course, everybody wants to talk about playoffs. I kind of talk to our team every day about the only team that's going to beat us is this team. And so when you want to talk about the 707, it was Patty Kim, current practice. The other team really is irrelevant if we come out here and shoot ourselves in the foot, don't execute. So just really get them to know that they're in control of their own path, that we just control our process. And I believe that's everything, because we could talk about other team, but if we're not doing things that's correct, it doesn't even matter. So we're actually doing a lock-in right now at the school. Also practicing a lot and having a lock-in. And so that's one of the activities we actually do with the kids, just some goal setting and getting them to do some personal goals and some team goals as well. And, they're all talking about it. So now it's connecting the dots of, okay, well, what does it take to actually get there for right now?
Talk about the region and how you see Command fitting in the region.
I think the region is, a very competitive region. I would say when you look at it from top to bottom, of course, I think everybody would say Rome is the top team in the region, just off what they've done in, the past. But after that, I think it's pretty wide open, depending on whose year it is in the sense and who can be the most consistent. I think all the teams have some form of talent. So I'm curious to see. I think it's just a great region to play.
You almost said verbatim what Alexander coach said, like Rome on top. I think it was Alexander, wasn't it? Yeah. Rome on top. Everybody else just kind of there, So I ask you this question, what kinds of things have you tried to build into year 2 to create those habits of consistency that you look for in the development program?
Well, I think the big thing for us is just developing, real leaders, leaders that can lead when things are chaotic around them. Not just, things are great. Anybody can lead things, but just sticking true to our process and trusting the process. Things don't go right, and knowing things aren't going to always go right. And that's when we need those true leaders to step up and guide the ship. And I think that's the biggest thing for us, because there was a couple games where we were in it, South Paul last year, East Paul in the first half. And so those games that we've got to take a step forward this year. And in all those games, we had a shot. It was just something that happened, and it swayed the boat the opposite way. And then we've got to have people that can rock it back and get it back going straight.
How many offensive and defensive stars you got back?
Oh, they put me on the spot. Defensively, we got 8 stars coming back. And offensively, we've got 6 stars coming back. However, it's something that's, starters, that's the current starters that played significant last year that were not only starting roles. So like I say, it's this year we feel really good about what we kind of have. Of course, we always have some better position where hey, we have this kid, that kid, but I feel good where we are. All right, we got a special guest today here with us. We won number 26 last year. We're gonna have our first number 0 this year. It's gonna be Mr. Kemon Mays. great athlete, plays basketball, does a little bit of everything for us, like corner, nickel, safety, but a really good football player, punter, can do it all, returner. So I'm really thrilled about him in his senior season, and he's really worked hard this all season, had some injuries, and he's really pushed through. So I'm really excited to see him play this final season and create a legacy for himself here at New Manchester High School. We thank you, Kimon. Heather. Next, we've got Grayson Grayway McKelvey, plays corner here. I always joke with him about his size, being skinny here, but he brings everything he's got every day. Can respect him for his hard work and making plays. Hold it for him. All right, Tim. We got number 45, Jalen. We call him Toto. He gets things done for us. He gets it done no matter where it is. When he's at his best, we are at our best. So a lot of things that we do is going to be determined by this young man right here and the energy and the attitude that he brings. Thanks. We've got Anthony Montoya, Hop Squally, 69 here. We play anything on the O-line for us, center, guard, tackle. Brings his best every day, the leader of our O-line, getting our guys going in the right direction. Thank you, sir. We got Mr. Moore Swims, and linebacker number 8, play inside, outside linebacker, played all last year for us. A really good leader on our football team, and did anything that we asked him to do. Works extremely hard in the weight room, so we expecting a lot from him this year as well. Well, we got number 15, John Moses. Can play inside linebacker, outside linebacker. He's worked extremely hard all season, changed his body. Been doing a great job playing inside linebacker for us this year after primarily playing outside linebacker last year. So we're looking for a great season from him as well. And we've got number 1, Delancey. DJ here is a quarterback. And done a great job of leading our offense and, coming in since April here, learning a brand new offense and working together for things that he likes to do and things that we're doing, trying to mesh and lead our offense in the right direction.
I do.